So, the fated video for history. To be quite honest, I really don't know where I was going to take this video. I remember why I was thinking about making this video because I was talking with my mom about history and all that other stuff. I actually explained to my mom that people make a joke about Americans where you shouldn't touch the American boats. And if you know anything about American history, don't touch the American boats. So, even though my history might be a little inaccurate because I'm not reading off a script or anything and I'm kind of just going by knowledge, I present to you this video, whatever this is, for my long rant about history. So let's talk about capitalism versus communism. Let me be real for a second. It is one of the weirdest fights I think that we as people have ever fought in. Like, don't get me wrong, the Cold War was, well, the Cold War, trying to be better than the other country. I mean, we did just drop 2 suns on another country and then called it a day. And not surprisingly, Russia was a little scared. Well, I wouldn't say scared per se as a word because some Russians might get angry at that. But in the event that 2 nukes just went off in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and after all the World War II stuff happened, blah blah blah, Russia decided that it was a good idea to start making their own nukes. If I'm being honest, if I was a country that just found out that another country had just made 2 powerful bombs that could wipe out a city, I'd probably want to make a nuke too. The whole idea of capitalism versus communism was like such an intriguing thing to me. And to be honest, before I made this video, I probably should have read up on it a little bit. But it's outrageous to think how 2 countries with different values fight over those different values. Or, well, it wasn't technically a fight over the different values. That's just how it kind of got in there. If I'm being honest, I'm pretty sure Russia was just kind of combating the fact that there was another country that was stronger than them. And look at where is Russia today. They're attacking Ukraine and doing other stuff behind people's backs. All in the name of Mother Russia. My favorite part about the whole Cold War is how Christianity kind of came into play. I'm surprised not a lot of people talk about this. So, as we all know, Billy Graham is a very influential figure. He actually recently just got his own statue, I believe, in the Capitol building. And that's so shocking to me because I never imagined him getting that statue there in the first place. Maybe a shout out or something in the American government, but never in my wildest dreams did I think that they would ever make him a statue. To be quite honest, the fact that Americans were trying to promote capitalism, the American government at the time was trying to say that Russians or communists didn't believe in God. Therefore, they are terrible people. Which is a weird thing to say in this kind of context and age, but I'll be damned if I didn't say if it wasn't effective. Like, bro, you look at history and you look at what Billy Graham did. Now, as a faith-filled believer himself, I am honestly going to say this. It is God's good, gracious miracle that Billy Graham had the influence that he did. Because even though the capitalist government that we had back in the day were thinking, oh, we're, moving the way forward, we're gonna push this propaganda and make the people with us. Even though they were trying to use Billy Graham for, I feel like a selfish reasoning, I'm not gonna deny the fact that Billy Graham's influence in Christianity and spreading the word of God is so much more powerful than I would have thought it would have been. In simple terms, Billy Graham is that guy. He's him, bro. And it's crazy to think this man had traveled all over the world. He gave Kim Il-sung, the former North Korean dictator, a Bible in a country where the Bible is banned, destroyed, set on fire, and persecuted heavily. I respect Billy Graham a lot, which is why I'm talking about this part of history. I believe that Billy Graham was a huge part of history. And as Americans, we kind of take that part for granted. And I'm not saying everything else wasn't significant. I'm just saying a very important part was Billy Graham's life and his ministry and everything else that Billy Graham did. If I'm being honest, communist or capitalist, I'd say if you were somebody who listened to the word of God through Billy Graham, you were definitely somebody in the day and age that was truly blessed in that time. I truly believe that this country has become what it is today because of Billy Graham and its prayers. Because there were so many faith-filled people in this time. I'm glad that Billy Graham's getting the recognition that he deserves, at least. My only question is why didn't it happen sooner? I really wish that religion wasn't really banned in our schools, because then we can talk about Billy Graham. I'm telling you guys, if you guys want to read up on Billy Graham's life and the Cold War and everything, bro, mix it in with learning with the Cold War and Billy Graham. I think the story is so interesting, and I would not do anything else except look at this man's life and how God has blessed this man. And if you're someone who disagrees with me, let me know why. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear people speaking and talking to me, because I like thinking. When it comes to history, I'm not going to deny somebody's thought process or opinions or statements of fact. That's why I love history. People can come together and like talk about it and be like, no, well, this happened at this time, and no, well, you're missing this part. So to whoever watches this and doesn't skip this video, hopefully, because I know it's a long video, please tell me your thoughts. I just want to know, because this is what my thoughts are going through with history. And if you like this stuff, leave a like. Tell me if you guys like it in the comments too. And yeah.